Hello, Rivermen and SPHL fans, and as always, thank you for watching the video. It is greatly appreciated, as always. In this video breakdown, we're going to kind of preview the matchup for opening day of SPHL between these two teams. It, of course, is the Peoria Rivermen traveling on the road to Quad City to face their rival Storm. For the fourth consecutive year, Rivermen will go on the road to Quad Cities to face the Storm. In their previous three meetings with Quad City on opening day on the road, Storm are 2-1 versus the Rivermen. Last year, Quad City won in overtime versus the Rivermen, and the year before that, Rivermen won 4-1 in Quad City. And the first of the three matchups, Storm won 6-2 versus the Rivermen, making it, 2-1 Storm in the opening day series. In the last 5 seasons, Rivermen are 2-2 on opening day, which was the year the season was cut short due to COVID. That year, Rivermen opened up against Macon Mayhem in Peoria and won 6-0. And then in the following year, Rivermen sat out for the entire season due to COVID. And then since then, like I said, this would be the fourth meeting in a row Rivermen has gone against Quad City Storm. So Rivermen look to even up the series with Quad City Storm on opening day with a win to make it 2-2 in the last 4 meetings, which ultimately that stat don't mean a whole lot except for bragging rights for the fans. It's really all that stat means. I mean, if you win opening day, does it mean you're a playoff contender that's going to win the season series and have all the success in the world? No. Doesn't mean that, no matter who wins. This is ultimately just bragging rights for the fans that get to say, haha, we beat you on opening night. That's really all it is. So, which still, that's what makes it fun, right? To have those little bragging rights if you're a fan. Overall picture don't mean a lot, but, it's nice to start off the year with a win, especially if you're at home. Both teams have plenty of motivation to win on opening night. Quad Cities wants to perform well in front of the home crowd and get a win over the rival Rivermen, who's had much success against them. And Rivermen want to play spoilers to that. They would love to go on the road in Quad Cities, silence the crowd, and get a win on the road to start their year. Both teams are going to come out confident, ready to go. I look for a fast start for both teams. I look for it to be physical early, see a lot of hits up in the opening period, and I look for a lot of aggressiveness on and off the puck. So it's still going to be a fun battle, a fun matchup to watch. Most opening days are, and yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one. Now, last season, overall, versus the Storm, Rivermen won that season series 10-5, 1-1. So, 3 games above 500 in that series. Rivermen have never lost a season series versus Storm. So since the Storm has joined the league, Rivermen has always won the season series against them. Overall, the past 5 seasons, pretty much overall, Storm are 42, or not Storm, my fault. The Rivermen over the last 5 seasons are 42, 16, 5-4 against their rival Storm, leading the overall record against them, and like I said, never losing a season series versus the Storm as well. So, like I said, Storm are kind of looking to change the momentum of that. Plenty of new faces for the Storm this year, including goaltending. So, like I said, that's something Storm fans have been calling for. They've been wanting to see change. They've been wanting to see a more competitive team out there. And honestly, I see the Storm ownership trying to deliver on that, mixing it up more, maybe letting some of the veterans go and bringing some new blood in to try and revitalize, this organization to play better and kind of reverse their fortune, not only against the Rivermen but the league. So, they're kind of getting what they're asking for. So we'll see what that leads to. New players, second year for the coach. It was his rookie year last year. This is the coach's sophomore year for the Storm. So we'll see what they have to offer this year. New goalies for him with Zane Steeves, Tyler Masternaut, and John Werber are signed right now for camp. You look to see, Zane Steeves will most likely, make it past camp and be your opening day starter. He's the most tenured goalie out of the three. Tyler Masternaut was actually first to be signed, followed by John Werber. These guys don't have pro experience, so I don't know really anything about the two. I don't know if it's going to be Tyler Masternaut backing up Zane Steeves or John Werber, honestly. Said Tyler Masternaut was the first goalie signed, so maybe that's why I'm leaning towards him, honestly, to probably back him up, but it very well could be John Werber, too. Obviously, some big news with the Rivermen. Has been some departures there, too, as well. Including last year's Goalie of the Year award winner, Colby Muse, has been traded to Fayetteville Marksmen for Nick Parody and future considerations, which could mean anything. It could be another player, it could be cash, it could be paying travel expenses, it could be anything. We as fans really don't know the details of future considerations. That's never really revealed to us. So, it'd be nice if it was another player, but it may not be as well. So, we'll just have to play that one by ear. But the two goalies that look to be on opening day roster for Peoria Rivermen is Nick Latinovich and Jack Bosted. Again, these are two great netminders. Jack Bosted, a young up-and-coming goalie with great promise. I look to him to blossom into a great pro goalie, especially at the SPHL level. And Nick Latinovich is already established, and he's already committed 110% to playing with Peoria Rivermen. And, odds are he's going to be your opening day starter in Quad City. So it could be Zane Steeves and Nick Latinovich opening night in Quad Cities, which will be a good goalie matchup. Some key departures, obviously, for Rivermen. You got Jordan Ernst, that went to Toledo, up in the ECHL, looking to make the first line with them. And have a year at the ECHL level where he belongs. Definitely has talent for that level. Wilkie retiring, Defensive Player of the Year. Like Ernst, MVP last year. Defensive Player of the Year, Wilkie last year. Goalie of the Year last year. Muse, all three moved on from the Rivermen. Then you got veterans like Carlos Forneres, who actually signed down in the Feds, which I did not expect. I did have a little info on him that said he wasn't going to start the year with the Rivermen regardless. And if he did join the Rivermen, it would be around January before he did. So I did not see him signing in the Feds, but that's exactly what he did. He signed it for the Monroe Moccasins, I believe they are. So I don't know if we see Carlos Forneris back up with the Rivermen. I guess we'll see when that time comes. JMP likely to retire. I have heard rumblings that he could play with the Rivermen this upcoming year. I kind of have my doubts on that, but I've heard from multiple people that it's still a real possibility you could see JMP play this season. Don't know when. I don't see him making the opening day roster, but I could be wrong. I don't work for the team. So we'll just have to see how that goes. Adelaide Adanye, he moved up to ECHL as well. And Marco Jaklovic went overseas. Fletcher Anderson went overseas. So, we've had a few departures, but we've had some key returns as well with our captain, Alec Bear, coming back. Mike Gillette coming back, a strong veteran name right there. Braden Barker coming back. I see Mike Gillette and Braden Barker wearing an A for sure. Michael McChesney coming back. That's very key. Great special teams player. Great forward. Great point producer. I see him wearing an A as well. Garrett Devine coming back. I look for a strong sophomore season out of him. Griffin Fox, great center, great face-off guy to have come back. Zachary Purcell, seen a lot of promise out of him. Kind of joined the team late in the year last year, and I'm glad we get to see a true rookie season and see what he can do for the Peoria Rivermen. And we got some key defenders returning as well. I see a strong defensive line coming the way of Peoria Rivermen. It's going to be hard to score goals and break through this defense with Brendan Rons coming back, Josh Martin, Michael Ferrandino, Kyler Fenton, Chartrand. Like I said, with Michael Ferrandino and Josh Martin, those are top two defenders in the SPHL league. Michael Ferrandino drawing praise and kind of like another Nick Neville type player. So I'm so excited to get Michael Ferrandino back and have him play with us full time. Other ads being Corey Dennis, obviously Nick Parody, Dustin Perlette coming from Macon Mayhem if he reports. So again, getting a veteran like Corey Dennis, who played in the ECHL last year, to join our defensive line, and Nick Parody as well. Great defender, a penalty kill, special teams type player. Could be Josh Martin and Nick Parody on that line one. Corey Dennis, Michael Ferrandino defending line two. Kyler Fenton, Brendan Rons paired together. We got some good defenders in the pipeline, and you got your college kids coming too that are new additions to the team, and they have a lot to prove if they want to stay here and play with the Rivermen full time. They're going to have to come up quick and produce and show that they deserve to be here, and earn that right to play on the Rivermen. So even though we've had some key departures, some big names that have left, we still got some big names that stayed in Peoria, and we've added some good names that can help, especially on our defense. And we got a goalie who has won the cup with the Rivermen, and a goalie in Jack Boston who went 7-1-1 when he played with us last year, shows great promise and potential, and has great instincts. I love the way he looked in net for us, and I have just as much confidence in Jack Boston as I do Nick Latinovich. You could make an argument that Jack Boston could be a number one goalie with with any team in this league. I see that much great potential with him. So to have those two goalies with us, plus the defensive line, I think Riverman learned a lot, and Coach Trudell was reminded how important a defense is at any level, especially the way we got bounced out of the second round, defense and goaltending being the number one reason we were bounced. And I think you've seen Coach Trudell kind of make those adjustments, if you will, heading into this season. And again, when you got somebody like Coach Trudell, Jean-Guy Trudell, most winningest coach in SPHL history, that's for a reason. And I look for that to continue. It's going to be a great opening matchup to the season. Even though I'm not a fan of this being the fourth consecutive year we traveled to Quad Cities to open up a season. Hopefully that changes next year. I'm still confident in this bunch that we do have, and I still look for good results. Opening day doesn't tell the whole story, obviously, for either team, but it will tell me a little something. And like I said, I look for a strong start for both teams, and let's see how these teams finish together. Let's see where the chemistry's at to start the year and how well these guys are playing opening day. Obviously, I give the advantage to Riverman on opening night. I think they got what it takes to pull out an opening night win and start the year 1-0. It's a good matchup to get us ready for our own home opener the following weekend against Fayetteville Marksmen, which looks to be a tough team this year, especially after acquiring Colby Muse from us. If Colby Muse doesn't make an ECHL team, I can almost guarantee you he will report to Fayetteville to play. So I'm hoping he makes an ECHL team. I really don't want to see Colby Muse so quick. I want to see him, but I don't want to see him. Of course, I would love to see Colby Muse. I'm a big fan of his, no matter where he plays. But I also want to see him succeed at the ECHL level. So, I'm rooting for him regardless. But it's going to be a tough matchup regardless against Marksmen when that time comes. So I'll go ahead and wrap up this video. I'm so excited for October 18th. It cannot get here soon enough. I'm hoping to be in the Quad Cities for opening night and hopefully watch an opening night victory for the Peoria Rivermen. So with that, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. I'll see you at the next puck drop in Quad Cities, and I always keep it Riverman style.